You've been lucky that your family hasn't had serious health problems, but you have gotten sick from malaria before. Malaria is carried by mosquitoes, and you don't have enough nets without holes to protect you while you sleep. One time, you got really sick, and your family was worried. That was over 5 years ago, though. You haven't been back to the clinic to see a doctor since. The water that your family drinks can carry a lot of bacteria, and you can get sick from that. Your family doesn't have money to pay for medicine or a doctor's visit, so you have to use traditional cures when you get sick, like leaves, bark, or herbs. Sometimes they help, but not like a doctor would. Your time in the clinic inspired you, though, and you remember the nurses who cared for you when you were sick. Maybe someday you can work in a clinic and help to keep your community healthy.
Sub 30 Hour Famine, welcome back. Did you guys know that in December something crazy happened in my life where I couldn't really walk properly, and it got to a point where it was pretty painful in my back? And to make the long story short, I got a surgery, my back surgery, and it took me about a month for me to get out of the bed and for me to slowly walk again. All that happened about 2 months ago. Crazy, right? But as I was laying there for about a month, I have to say it's pretty humbling because you guys know my personality. I get so excited and I love talking to people and just being so interactive, but all that stopped, right? But as I was just laying there, I started doing something that I didn't get to do as much as I should, which is I started counting the manas that I have, counting the blessings that I have. Like, for example, how cool is that if I am sick, and then if I have this condition, I have the medical staff and medical support readily available for me to go straight to the surgery if needed, right? And with that, I see a story like Kapinga. And now I have mixed emotions. Perhaps you can relate to that as well, right? One thing that I don't think is healthy is for us to start feeling not only guilty about it and letting guilt be the motivation in us doing certain things. I don't think that's the point. I think the healthier way to go is for us to, yes, be thankful for the things that we got. Even that alone, I think, will make a significant difference in our life. After being thankful, though, I think it's time for us to actually get healthy again. Like me, I'm standing and talking to you guys right now, right? But most important part, the third one is then start thinking and start applying in your life how I can support in making sure that this type of medical support is being distributed to all the people around the world. And that's the step that we need to take. And tonight, we're gonna start simple, but start from a powerful tool that people have used for many, many centuries, and that is prayer. Did you know that prayer in the Bible is a tool for you to connect with God, especially in understanding His heart and then aligning our heart with His? Well, because, check this verse out. This is one of my favorite promises. The promise in the Bible says, this is the confidence we have in approaching God, that if we ask anything according to His will, then He will hear us. Then the question is, what is in His heart? What is His will? Well, do you guys remember this guy? He prayed this prayer, let my heart be broken with the things that break the heart of God. Through this prayer, he realized what's breaking God's heart is His people struggling. People are dying, especially because of the reasons that actually we have enough support for. So what I'm inviting you to do today is pretty simple. Number one, we're going to spend some time, if you're willing, from where you are. And if you're not a praying person, that's fine. I'm going to invite you to go ahead and write some reflection thoughts for Kapinga. But what I'm going to ask you to do, number one, is grab an origami paper like this, a square paper, okay? And from the square paper, go ahead and write down your prayer regarding Kapinga, her family, her community, the medical staff that are there, the DRC government, all of those things, right? And then, or your reflection, keep that in mind. And then what's really cool, you ready? Miss Carla Stafford from Middle School Art, she has made a video where you're gonna now turn the same paper into a paper heart. It's pretty cool, right? Paper heart. And then what you're going to do simply is take a picture of the finished paper heart and share it with us in the link that's provided. And then we're gonna gather those pictures, and then those prayer hearts will be shared at the SFS Christian Ministry Instagram. Guys, I hope that you guys can join me in this movement and pray for Kapinga, and letting that be the starting point of the movement that's happening and bringing the different changes in people's lives. How Bob Pierce started the movement with that prayer in the beginning. Have a great evening. See you tomorrow.
All right, guys, today you're going to learn how to make an origami heart. And I've already made a couple different ones in different colors. I know that we just had Valentine's Day, but you guys, hearts do not always have to be red or pink. I even made a black one. And these origami hearts are cool because you can prop them up or you can lay them flat. You can also open them up and put a little message in there, or maybe put a little piece of chocolate, some kind of little treat in there. Or you could even put a picture of yourself so that this person that you're giving this heart to or selling the heart to has a little bit of something sweet to look at or consume. All right, so let's go through the steps. It's a very simple process, and I feel confident that a lot of you can handle this. So again, origami of any size, shape, color, pattern, whatever kind of paper you would like to use. There's even origami that has some double side. Looks like all of these are white or color. I'm gonna, oh, this one has a white and yellow. I'm going to go ahead and make this dark blue one, okay, so that I can show you what it looks like with when you have just one side. All right, so the first thing you're gonna do is fold it horizontally and vertically. Really make sure that every time you fold, you line up the paper really nicely, and then use your thumb, or sometimes I use my fingernail to make a nice crease, or sometimes if I have a clean pencil, I'll use that pencil to make a really clean and sharp fold. There we go. So we've got those two done. And then if you want the color side, at this step, you'll have down on the table, so you can't see it, and you're gonna fold this other one up to that center fold. Again, line it up really carefully before you start to press down and make that crease, because if you've got two creases that are slightly off, it'll get a little bit sloppy and confusing. Flip it over so you can see your colorful side, and then you're going to meet this line with your center fold right here. So really take your time to align and then make a nice sharp crease. Okay, and then you'll flip it over. So you just see a little tiny triangle of the color you're going to use, and you're going to join this vertical edge with this vertical fold right in the middle. And of course you can rotate the page as you see fit as you're going, so that it's at a good angle for you to get a nice clean fold. Okay, so we should be at this point here, and then you're going to fold this corner to that corner, right in the middle. So right now we're kind of looking at the inside of the heart. And if you want to pause and stop, and then hit play, and then hit pause while you catch up, that's fine. Now you're going to join this corner to this corner, fold it down, and because there's so many layers right here, you might want to get a pencil at this point and use it to just kind of find that fold there. But make sure these 2 points are aligned before you press that down. Okay, and this is going to be poofed up. That's okay, just ignore that. And fold it like that. So you've got two little poofy parts right here. That's okay. Then you're going to push this down so that this, I don't know if you can see it, this little fold right there lines up with this corner right there. And you might need to stick your pencil in there to kind of coax it along. Or a wooden skewer, whatever you have. Looks like mine's kind of going all right here. So then you've got these wonky little wings. Next, you're going to join that corner to the middle. Mine isn't completely joining, but that's okay. I had a perfectly square piece of paper and I still didn't quite get a perfect fold. So usually you'd see these two blue parts joined, but that's all right. And then your last step is to fold this little ear. Almost reminds me of like a little origami cat at this point. Folds down like that. So you've got two little triangles. Oops, that one's not very straight. Okay, and then if you want to just go with your pencil and smoosh down any of these extra folds, just make sure everything's really clean and flat, you can. And then you flip it over and you've got your origami heart. And again, you can put little treats or surprises inside. You can prop it up so that it stands on its side like that, or you can lay it flat, or alternatively, you could even glue it to a card or to some other surface if you'd like. All right, I hope you enjoyed and have fun.